Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. Today's clip, we got the CEO of Sofi, a nationally regulated bank in the US that is, so I guess they're supposed to be the first nationally regulated bank that's basically become a one-stop shop, allowing their clients, customers to buy, sell, hold crypto, specifically Bitcoin, Ethereum. I want to say Solana, we'll find out, on in their checking account. So like I don't have a SoFi account, but you would basically be able to see everything in your one page that you normally do. So I guess your stocks, bonds, whatever else. So this is, I don't know, they're not the big five. They're not your JP Morgan, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, but this is again a step in that direction for that larger wirehouses like those to actually start offering these services. We'll get to a clip in here where he actually said that those banks won't do it. I believe it's kind of just him saying that to cover his bases because he's a competitor, doesn't want to get crowded out by those guys and wants to kind of have the first mover advantage. But this regulation and approval is going to be a huge tailwind again for crypto. That's why I can't really get bearish, seeing this. Yes, the price is bearish compared to the previous all-time high. However, it is bullish compared to where I started buying the dip and dollar cost averaging and changing my channel into solely Bitcoin focused content. So all that means it's up. So I don't really care too much about it. And I actually kind of get excited when it's at these prices because my buy orders get filled that I have sitting on the exchange waiting to buy the dip. But let's listen to this clip. It's about 3 minutes.
Morning, we got the guy at the desk. SoFi launching crypto trading on its platform. Joining us right now, first on CNBC, is SoFi CEO Anthony Noto in town. Nice to see you, sir, in person.
Good to see you as well.
Okay, so what's going on here? This is a big deal.
Yeah, this morning,
big deal for you.
It is a very big deal. It's a big day and a big milestone. Reverses the course of time.
It does.
We've wanted to be a one-stop shop for all your financial services needs. And one of the holds we've had for the last 2 years was in cryptocurrency, the ability to buy, sell, and hold crypto. We were not allowed to do that as a bank. It was not permissible. But in March of this year, the OCC came out with an interpretive letter that it's now permissible for banks like SoFi to offer cryptocurrencies. So this morning we're launching as the only national bank, the first and only national bank, the opportunity to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana.
So I was going to ask, are we just talking about 3 for now?
We'll expand well beyond 3. It'll be a pretty broad assortment. We try to differentiate on being fast, having broad selection, great prices, ease of use. So we'll try to give SoFi members, as much selection as they would like.
And what's the difference between going through you and going through Coinbase or going through Robinhood or somebody else?
Yeah, there's a couple of really big differences. First, we're a nationally chartered bank, which means we have the infrastructure, the processes, the financial conditions that provides the safeguards that a consumer would expect from a bank, which is going to allow us to scale responsibly. The second thing is because we are a one-stop shop, you can do all your bank.
The pause there. That is definitely what a lot of what you would call the normies, the ones sitting on the sidelines, they want an easier way to purchase. So right now, if you've been in crypto for a while, you may find it easy. It's not difficult, but have to look at this from someone who knows nothing about it. And you would tell them, okay, first you need to go to this Coinbase and you need to sign up for an account. Then you need to submit your ID and verify and then link your account. And it's going to wait a couple days. And then you can only buy X amount. And then you got to see of these cryptos that are listed on your account when you log in, which ones you want. So there's a lot of confusion, I would say, that's probably for the normie, the unknowing crypto savvy investor. And with what he just proposed is it's like, yo, you just log into your bank account like you've been logging into for the last 20 years. And there'll just be 3 options at this stage: Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. It's like, oh, I heard about this Ethereum thing on the news. I'm going to go ahead and, buy some of that. And I'm assuming it'd just be a simple click amount and submit on the checking or banking website. So that makes it super easy for adoption.
Banking, checking, and savings at SoFi, you're borrowing and you're investing, and now crypto. And one of the unique things about that is when you come to SoFi and fund your crypto investments, you'll fund them in a SoFi checking and savings account. that checking and savings account's deposits earn interest.
Say that again. You're going to fund it with crypto?
You're going to fund
your checking account.
You're going to fund your checking account with cash.
Okay.
And then when you buy
Right.
Bitcoin or Solana or Ethereum, the money will come straight out of your checking and savings account. So when you're not putting cash to work, it's not sitting in an account that earns no interest, and it's not sitting in an account that's not insured. So the money will sit in an FDIC-insured account up to $2 million is what we offer. And when you buy, it will instantly withdraw from that account and send it to the marketplace.
So here's a
That's another big, like, overlooked benefit for, you know, the safe, non-savvy crypto investors. Like, oh, okay, I have this bank that I'm familiar with. They're FDIC insured. And like he said, when you fund your account, that money sits in another FDIC account that is insured up to $2 million. And so it's earning yield. So if you're like, oh, I want to buy some of this Bitcoin, but I don't want to buy it all right now, that funding that you submit will actually be earning some interest. They're probably putting it in a stable coin, I would imagine. And then when you decide to buy, it comes from that account, checking or savings basically, but this other pool of where they stuff the money that they were earning yield from on you, and give you a portion of that, then able to get the assets that you. So again, that is a big deal because it adds the safety, security, familiarity aspect and removes a lot of the risk that some people are gun shy about, or what's keeping them from making purchases at this stage.
Here's a question. This seems novel in this moment. If we're sitting here a year from now, given this OCC decision and every other bank in this country, how novel will this ultimately be? Meaning, do you imagine Bank of America and JP Morgan and every bank, Wells Fargo, all the big banks and everybody else will be doing exactly this?
I don't. And a couple of reasons for that. We're the only digital one-stop shop. They do not offer the breadth of products that we offer across borrowing, saving, investing, protecting, and spending. So we have the ability to not just buy cryptocurrency, but we're now providing the ability to send payments internationally via the Lightning Network, which is a crypto.
So I want to pause there because what he said is he doesn't see like the big banks doing all this because they are a all-in-one, one-stop shop. But I definitely see the big banks enabling at least this aspect of being able to buy, sell, and hold crypto and submit international payments. You better believe they will have their finger in that pie. And I believe there was something from JP Morgan, or drawing a blank on who actually made the statement, but that the banks were trying to get together to create a stable coin. Yeah. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and other big banks jointly exploring a stable coin. So this would allow them to send these payments. And if it's a stable coin and on let's say Ethereum or Solana, it would allow basically international, almost instantaneous settlement as well. And they clearly would have the support, the backing, the treasuries, the equity, whatever. Well, let's actually rewind that. We don't know what they have. They're probably in debt, don't have any money at all because they lent it all out. But they would get the green light to go ahead with this. So again, what he's saying, you know, from a all-in-one stop shop kind of thing, maybe not like the full suite, like turning it into an exchange. Like right now, he's talking about they have just those three, Solana, Bitcoin, and ETH, but they want to add more. So blending additional bank with like a Coinbase all in one. So maybe your JP Morgans and Chase won't do that, but I'm quite certain they'll have at least the stablecoin piece as well as buying whatever the big cryptos are for the US market, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, maybe all the ones in the digital asset stockpile.
Network, and we'll add others to that.
Why can't they? Why can't some of these sort of more traditional legacy banks do the same thing?
They'll have to answer why. I fundamentally believe that we put the member at the center of that, what we do, and we focus on these things that are activities to do with your money, not products. And so the SoFi Money account is an account that you can use for international remittance, you could use for self-serve wires, you can now use for crypto buying, you could use for paying friends via an email and Zelle. And so the whole idea is to leverage technology to make moving your money as easy as possible, but also doing all the other things you need to do to get your money right.
Let me show you. Can we just put?
He said that they would have to answer why they can't do that. And I think that question right there is the reason why they will do it. It's not that they can't. They're going to find out and see how much money is in these markets that they're going to want to have their hand on. Same way BlackRock was a spectator on the side. And I don't know this guy's name, but chairman, I remember his name, but he was calling it rat poison and drugs, illicit activity, and now all of a sudden he's like, oh, well, our clients want Bitcoin, so we're offering it. I think he's CEO of JP Morgan. I can't think right now, or it could be Chase. But either way, all of them will eventually capitulate and start offering the services because there's money to be made. And it's dumb to not offer it when the government has greenlit it and created regulation. Clarity Act has not been passed as of yet, but all of that is coming during this administration's run. So getting on board and being able to get a slice of that pie just makes the absolute most sense. So maybe for right now, they're sitting on the sidelines because there's more red tape and bigger banks got to dot more I's, cross more T's. But make no mistake, it is indeed coming. And that is, again, one of these major catalysts that just has me bullish, even though the price action is short-term bearish. All right, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.